Okay, let's dive into this. In any business, right, you've got thousands of decisions being made every single day. But what happens, say, a year later when an auditor shows up and asks, hey, why was this $1 million purchase approved? Too often, the answer is just a shrug. Nobody knows. Today, we're going to break down this really fragile side of corporate memory and, more importantly, how you can actually protect it. I mean, really think about it for a second. Have you ever been in that meeting where you ask, why did we do it this way? And you're just met with silence, blank stares all around. You can see the result of the decision, but the context, the debate, the why behind it all, it's just vanished. And look, this isn't just frustrating, it is a huge, huge business risk. We like to call this the approval black hole. You know, it's that invisible void where all that crucial business logic just disappears the second a decision is made. The approval itself might be logged somewhere, sure, but the entire story leading up to that final click, poof, it's gone. So where does all that context go? Well, it's kind of scattered everywhere and nowhere all at once. The real reason for a decision could be buried in some email thread with 100 replies, or it's spread across 5 different versions of a Word doc. Or, and this is the really scary one, it only exists inside someone's head. And what happens when that person leaves the company? The why literally walks right out the door with them. And this, right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the problem. Your big, expensive systems, your ERPs, they're actually great at recording the what. They'll tell you, yep, a purchase order was approved on this date for this amount. But they have no idea why that specific vendor was chosen over 3 other cheaper ones. That entire piece of the story is just missing. So how in the world do you patch this massive hole in your company's memory? Well, that brings us to the solution we're going to dig into today, a system called Snoh Flow, which is designed from the ground up to be that single, central source of truth for your entire approval history. Just look at the difference here. The old way, it's chaos. It's disconnected, it's risky, and you have zero transparency. Information is all over the place, which makes audits a total nightmare. The Snoh Flow way centralizes everything. It creates this beautifully organized, transparent, and audible record of every decision. It's really a fundamental shift from total ambiguity to complete clarity. So let's be super clear. Snoh Flow isn't just another tool for clicking approve. It's a system of record for your decision-making brainpower. It builds this permanent, searchable archive that captures the entire story. We're talking the documents, the back-and-forth comments, the expert reviews, the final remarks, all in one place. All right, so that's the big idea. But how does it actually work day to day? Let's peel back the layers and look at how you can build a smarter, more resilient approval process. It pretty much boils down to 3 main things. First, you can build these really sophisticated approval chains for any department using a simple drag-and-drop tool. No coding required. Second, you set up standardized forms. This is key. It means every single request starts with the right info every time. No more back and forth. And third, and this is a game changer, it uses AI to give you instant summaries of huge documents. And here's a brilliant example of those dynamic workflows in action. You can set up rules so the approval process just adapts on its own. A small request, maybe under 50,000 rupees? Cool, that just needs 2 people to sign off. But a massive capital expenditure over 1 crore. The system automatically knows to route it to all 8 key stakeholders. No guesswork, no mistakes. Okay, now picture this. It's 4 p.m. on a Friday. A 100-page proposal lands in your inbox. It's urgent. It needs your approval by the end of the day. But you've been in meetings since 9 a.m. There is no way you can read that whole thing. So, what do? Well, this is where that AI summarization is just magical. Instead of spending hours reading, you click one button. The system scans the entire document using natural language processing, and boom, it gives you a short summary, pulls out the most important stats, and gives you an audit report. You can make a smart, informed decision in minutes, not hours. But you know, cool features are only half the story. A truly smooth process needs absolute clarity on who is supposed to do what. So let's look at the key roles that Snoh Flow defines to make sure every approval journey is crystal clear. So it all starts with the initiator. They kick things off using one of those standard forms, so no critical info is missing right from the get-go. And the best part for them, the second they hit submit, they have full visibility into where that request is. No more chasing people for updates or wondering if your email got lost. Next up, you've got the reviewer. Now, in a lot of companies, this role is kind of informal and causes confusion. Here, it's official. A subject matter expert, maybe from your legal or finance team, can jump in and add their analysis directly to the record. This makes sure their expertise is captured forever, even if they don't have the final vote. And that brings us to the approver. This is the person with the authority to make the final call. They can see everything that's happened before, the initial request, all the attached documents, the reviewer's expert comments. They make their decision, approve or reject, and their final thoughts are captured as the last piece of that permanent audit trail. So, when you put all of these pieces together, the smart workflows, the clear roles, all the conversations captured in one place, what do you actually get? You get a complete, unbreakable audit trail. Let's talk about the big picture impact of that for a second. And this isn't just for finance or procurement. This framework can be applied to literally any department across the whole organization. Think about HR, managing new hires and exits, or your procurement team with purchase requests, operations, project management, even plant maintenance. Seriously, if it needs an approval, this system can handle it. And this is a really important point to remember. This system doesn't ask you to rip and replace what you already use. It's built to integrate with any ERP. So it takes the what from your current system and marries it perfectly with the why from Snoh Flow. The result is one unified permanent record for every single decision your company makes. And that brings us full circle, right back to that first question. That big purchase your company made 3 years ago. Can you find the full story behind it, all the context, in under 5 minutes? If the answer is no, well, then it's probably worth asking. Just how safe is your organization's memory?